In comic book science, molecules aren't the only things that can become unstable. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mad scientists in comic books. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at brilliant but unbalanced scientists who have made an indelible impression in comic books. We're only counting those who were both mad and scientists at the same time, not those like Poison Ivy, whose experiments drove them crazy and caused them to drop the whole science bit. Also, they have to be legitimately mad, not just characters who occasionally go a bit bonkers.
I've come to realize that this meteor is a gift from the heavens. It's going to scourge the Earth of millions, maybe billions of people that the planet couldn't sustain anyway.
Number 10, Bolivar Trask.
This time the war will be for our streets, our cities, our homes. And by the time you see the need for my program, it'll be too late.
There can be a thin line between mad and obsessive, and Bolivar Trask crossed it big time. You see, Trask has a major fixation on mutants. Not that that's a rare thing in the Marveldom. Trask's hatred and fear of mutants was kind of personal though.
You'll need a new weapon for this war. I call them Sentinels.
His son was a mutant, and so Trask made a special medallion that suppressed his powers. His daughter was also a mutant, but her powers sent her to live in the future, something Trask didn't really like. Bolivar reacted to all of this by creating the Sentinels, ruthless robots that would stop at nothing to destroy mutants, and eventually enslave mankind. Considering that he was an anthropologist rather than a robotics scientist, Trask's creations were pretty damn impressive.
The manufacturing process is entirely self-contained. All it requires is an outside power source.
Too much power, Dr. Trask. You blacked out half of Genosha last night.
Number 9, Dr. Arnim Zola.
Hail Hydra!
Hey, if you're gonna be buddy-buddy with the likes of Adolf Hitler and the Red Skull, you gotta be a little off in the sanity department. Few mad scientists have been as immorally single-minded in the pursuit of knowledge as Arnim Zola. In Zola's case, his passion was for genetic engineering and manipulation.
I am the finest bioengineer on the planet, and over the decades I have learned one thing. Every problem has a solution.
Using his skill, he created a number of artificial life forms. Zola survived past World War II by transferring his brain into a series of weird robot bodies with a face projecting from a TV in their stomachs.
I may not be the man I was when the captain took me prisoner in 1945, but I am.
Zola has managed to be a big pain in the patriotic butt to Captain America for decades.
We won, Captain. Your death amounts to the same as your life, a zero sum.
Number 8, Baxter Stockman. Many people don't realize that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' pal, April O'Neil, started out as a computer programmer, or that her boss was a mad scientist. Baxter Stockman used April's talent to help create his Mouser machines, robots that were sort of bird-like in appearance and were supposedly intended to control rats. In fact, Stockman used them to rob banks just to see if he could. Baxter's mental state deteriorated rather quickly, and before long he turned himself into a cyborg. All the better to get revenge on those pesky turtles. Dangerously unbalanced. Stockman was also kind of fun, but in small doses.
I will not stand for any more of this idiotic interrogation.
Number 7, the Leader.
I would call that little test run a success. And now, we begin.
Gamma radiation. Where would Marvel Comics be without it? Gamma radiation not only created the Hulk, but also a host of other characters, including the Leader. Originally Samuel Stearns, an ordinary janitor at a chemical plant, exposure to gamma radiation gave him green skin and super intelligence.
I think on a level normal human beings cannot begin to comprehend.
He took on the moniker The Leader, because why not, and created an army of humanoid robots called, wait for it, humanoids. Brilliant the Leader is, good at naming things the Leader is not. This off-base genius went through a wide range of demented plans, like trying to start a nuclear war and gamma radiating the water supply to make everyone into mutants.
You are weak. You suffer with your small minds and fragile bodies. And you have plunged the world into darkness with your faults. But I am here to save you.
Number 6, the Brain.
Did you think your pathetic resistance could actually stop what I have created? Once again, Beast Boy, you fail.
It may seem like an immodest name, but it's apt because the brain is just that, a big living brain. That cerebral organ originally belonged to a genius scientist, one who was so smart that another scientist, Niles Calder of the Doom Patrol, grew jealous of him and arranged a little accident.
What is wrong with you, Calder? Lost your lust for battle?
Fortunately for the brain, a super intelligent ape he had created rescued him and transferred his gray matter to a new home.
Master, it is time we left. Agreed.
Driven mad by this state of affairs, the brain swore vengeance and created the Brotherhood of Evil to help him in his plans. In addition to being a scientific genius, the brain is a master of psychological warfare and may even have mind control abilities.
This isn't over.
For you, it most certainly is.
Number 5, Hugo Strange.
Some secrets are worth keeping.
If you feel so, there must be considerable stress in your life.
Hugo Strange was Batman's first archenemy, although he got shoved aside soon after the debut of a certain maniacal clown. Originally, Strange was just a genius who used his brains for criminal ends. But in later versions, he became more certifiably mad.
You are a valuable commodity, Bruce Wayne. Or should I say, Batman? Take him away!
Using inmates taken from Arkham Asylum, Strange performed genetic experiments on them that turned them into grotesque monsters. He became weirdly obsessed with Batman, too, going so far as to dress a mannequin up as a female version of the hero and to court her. He may be mad, but he's still smart. Strange is one of the few to make the connection between Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I feel I should thank you. Capturing Bruce Wayne is so much easier than Batman. And now that we have you, Protocol 10 is ready to begin.
Number 4, Mr. Freeze.
Rest well, my love. The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served cold.
Another oddity from the Batman Rogues Gallery. Mr. Freeze is actually one of the most sympathetic test tube jockeys on this list. Victor Freeze was indeed a genius, with a keen interest in cryogenics.
I am recording what I pray will be mankind's first step toward immortality.
He invented a freeze gun, which he wanted to use to put his terminally ill wife Nora into suspended animation. The gun exploded though, killing Nora and turning Freeze into a human popsicle that required a special suit to survive.
I'm beyond emotions. They've been frozen dead in me.
That's one version of the story anyway. Now turned into a cold-hearted villain, Mr. Freeze uses his intelligence to create many ice-themed plots in his attempt to give new meaning to the phrase, chill dude.
You don't want to do this, Freeze.
Oh, I believe I do. You will bring me Nora, or you will die.
Number 3, Mr. Sinister.
Your whole lives, I've watched you, tracked you, studied you. You are the prototypes, the chosen ones.
Modern times don't have a lock on mad scientists. Just look at Mr. Sinister, who has one of the most interesting origins. So, the guy fights the X-Men here in the present, but he was actually born in the 19th century. In 1859, scientist Nathaniel Essex meets the ancient mutant known as Apocalypse, who grants him the power of immortality. Essex acts as a shadowy figure for decades, working with the Nazis during World War II and creating clones at the drop of a hat. He also became obsessed with the X-Men, Cyclops, and Gambit, manipulating many events in their lives. Mr. Sinister's evil machinations are complex, making him an especially difficult foe to defeat.
The future belongs to superior mutants, the ones I shall create. None of you are necessary.
Number 2, MODOK.
As promised, puppeteer Microtech. I control the machines control the Avengers.
MODOK got his start as a technician for AIM, an organization of evil scientists. You know, the kind of organization that would take a humble technician and submit him to experimentation against his will. The result was the physically mutated and intellectually enhanced being known as MODOK. That acronym, by the way, stands for Mental Organism Designed Only for Killing. So naturally, he kills the guys that created him. Duh. And from then, he goes on a spree to take over the world. Many times.
Ah, the mighty Avengers. Looks like the Mind Stone was indiscriminate in its blast. Let's just say I've bulked up.
MODOK's intelligence and memory make him extremely dangerous, and he's ruthless as well. Sure, the heroes always defeat him, but not for long.
We got what we came for, Skull.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
It's time for the greatest controlled experiment in mass madness to finally begin.
Back to formula.
Although I hold the key to evolution, creation is painstaking work. It has taken me decades to create this small colony of enhanced creatures.
Number 1. Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock, as he's popularly called, took brilliance in physics to a new level, but he lacked social skills. His anger and brooding didn't keep him from advancing in his work. He was moving so fast that he had to create a quartet of mechanical arms to help him conduct his experiments more efficiently.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Unfortunately, an accident caused the arms to become fused to him, and they sent him over the edge as well. Dr. Octopus has been one of Spider-Man's most consistently entertaining foes, eventually even taking over Spidey's body and trying to behave like a hero. That didn't work, because, you know, he's a mad scientist. But whenever the Doc and Spidey meet, readers know they're in for a special treat. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.